Hudson with a job on Warren Treadray. So Monday Night Football comes to Amy Stadium, St.Kilda and Port Adelaide. And Blake, who's taken the #1 ruck mantle from Ackland, at least for the moment, doing the first bit of ruck work. And here's Troy Swartz, he better watch out. Corns, quick to try and claim him. Burgoyne, a couple of the big playmakers involved early for Port Adelaide. Corns getting a good feel of it early. Chad Corns, and now Walsh. Flirts with danger, goes for Wakeland. He's got the job on Kazitsky.
Yeah, he did well, Kazitsky, to push back to force the contest, won a free kick in the end.
Chaplin on Hamill, but it's longer and stronger than that. Brogan getting back to help out Bishop, who's got the job on Revolt. Milne kept it alive. Sean Burgoyne. Looks like he's got the job on Milne. Salopek. In the back. An escape.
Let him go, Troy.
For Salopek.
Salopek lucky because he was caught red hot. Umpire deemed the tackle to be in the back.
Thought he might have just turned him enough, Rob, but it wasn't the case. Chaplin's got it now in the back pocket for Port Adelaide. And there's a player in trouble. Dean Brogan in trouble as White marks. Loney kick towards the centre. And well done, Wakeland making position. Now Burgoyne long towards half forward. It's okay. Josh Marnie has marked 40 metres from the Port Adelaide goal. Brogan is up.
Yeah, quick movement of the ball by Power. They took it from defensive 50 out to the wing. Then they straightened it up. And Josh Marnie, half forward flanker. And we can see the Burgoyne kick. Just had far too much space on his opponent, did Josh Marnie.
Had a big week last week, Josh Marnie. Kicked a couple of goals, 8 marks, 19 disposals. And one of the great stories.
Luke Ball going with Chad Corns. Now, that's interesting.
So Marnie from 45 metres, normally a pretty good kick, and Port Adelaide on the board here at Amy Stadium.
Oh, gee, it is on here.
It's on, yes. Revolt and Bishop. Hamill involved there. Revolt somehow extricated himself from the bottom of that pack.
At this stage, the players in the melee would be thinking of dollars.
Straight back.
They're not like that, are they, Wilson?
I think they would be. Once it's settled down and they find there at the bottom.
That should have been a free kick. I guess the umpires were at the other end of the ground. Probably about 10 free kicks in there.
Yeah, well, you saw it.
Gee.
The way the tribunals at the moment, they might get a reprimand.
I thought, well, you never know, would you? Thought the Saints rallied well for each other there.
6 points going the way of Port Adelaide, who look full of spirit. Loney sends them for Marnie again. Too clever for Voss on that occasion. Here's another look at it. The clash, that is. Wakeland and Milne. And as he didn't feel the first one.
Well, you'd have to say he's in a bit of trouble, Darryl Wakeland. You can't do that.
Graham. Did well. Keep his feet there. Not a particularly good kick, although maybe it was actually very good because there wasn't a lot of options apart from Hamill, who was coming up from attack.
And Stephen Milne, who copped that, he'll be really keen to perform well.
Yep, that's a free kick. The umpire was right there, Scott McLaren.
Yeah, Stephen Milne's form on the road hasn't been good in his career with the Saints. And if you touch anyone around the head or the neck, you're in trouble in this game. They keep telling us that, the umpires.
Thompson. Here's a go for Swartz, who's been prominent in more ways than one so far. Baker tries to spot up Kazitsky. And that's a terrific start for Justin Kazitsky.
Good play by Baker. He was inside 50. Could have been excused for bombing away at the goals. And I reckon he thought, well, there's my teammate. He's been out of the game. I'll set him up and just give him a bit of confidence early.
Gee, protected the ball very well too.
Brogan coming off.
It's a reverse here.
Yeah.
Against Andrew Thompson.
Dean Brogan's left the field, so I suggest he's in real trouble. Andy Marr might be able to follow that up.
Gone straight up the rooms, Wolsey. Appears to be favouring a neck or a shoulder at this stage.
Burgoyne clears it out towards the wing. Laid the target. And the ball is over, and they mean business, Chris Hogan, don't they?
Now, fiery start, and gee, unforgivable there with the
Let's have a look
kick.
at how Brogan got himself injured. Now that was in the first contest he went for. Nothing nasty in that. I thought that might have been the reason why the Port Adelaide players got themselves a bit upset early.
Lade did brilliantly to get it over the back, but the numbers with the Saints. Fisher, now Blake from half forward. Takes plenty of time, in fact too long. As a consequence, the pressure was on the kick. Loney did well. Cassisi now in defence of 50. Great run from Darryl Wakeland. Eventually picks it up. He's got loose players forward to the play. One of them's Walsh. And the power on a roll here. Pettigrew's made position. Big chance here, Port Adelaide. Pettigrew with a bounce. Runs inside 50. Long towards the goal. Guys, kicked a beauty. Great stuff from Port Adelaide, Rob. They created the loose man through hard running and a great finish from Pettigrew.
Yes, and off that half-back line, experienced campaigners in Wakeland and Walsh. And that's a terrific start for the Power. 2 goals on the board. And we've just ticked over 6 minutes. Chad Corns has gone extra man in defence. In fact, he's standing alongside Revolt.
Burgoyne been terrific so far. Uses Walsh and White at half forward. Maguire not giving away the free. Baker crunched. They've come to play, that's for sure. Motlop over to Corns. They're using it well. White up and under. Plenty of space for Marnie to work into.
Second time he's got into space in front of Brett Voss. And obviously he's not going to outmark Voss in a one-on-one contest because Voss is the bigger player.
This is a bit more scuffling from earlier on. There's McGualter in amongst it and Dew and Loney. And Port have really been fired up.
Well, we knew they'd come out hard. They don't like to lose at home. They'd lost 2 in the first 3 rounds, and it's just intolerable to lose 3 in the first month of AFL football. So we knew we'd have them with steam coming out of the ears.
Well, Mark Williams says Josh Marnie plays best when he's on edge. He must be on edge tonight. He's kicked 2 already. It's 3-zip. What a start. Running with purpose, Port Adelaide.
Josh Marnie causing all sorts of problems in the early part. What a great story it is after stints with Collingwood, and the Bulldogs has really found his home at Port Adelaide.
Stephen Baker's been moved onto the dangerous Marnie. That's interesting. Brett Voss has been pushed forward, and you can see Chad Corns not expecting that. Chad Corns is set up in the back half for the last 2 bounces, mainly to get in front of Revolt Kazitsky, and now he's got an opponent in Brett Voss.
Schwartz out of the centre after Lade won the tap. He kicks, loose player.
Voss.
Who is it? That man, Brett Voss.
Well, that's a real win for Grant Thomas, the St Kilda coach. He moved Voss because Voss had been beaten by Marnie. But it's not too smart thinking by Chad Corns, because Chad Corns saw Voss coming down there. He ignored him, and he was playing to the instructions of getting in front of the 2 St Kilda talls.
But surely if there's a loose player, you've got to pick him up. He didn't. So Brett Voss, a big opportunity here for St Kilda's first goal from 40 metres. He squeezed it home. So St Kilda on the board. They trail by a couple of goals, and after being beaten early, Brett Voss, as we watch it again, a wonderful tap there from Lade, but good play from Schwartz. And Chad Corns wasn't expecting the kick, obviously, Rob, but it was poor play.
Yeah, he'll pay him more respect now. Brett Voss will be feeling much better because he was 2 goals down after about 8 minutes of this game. He's got 1 back.
There is some history too between Voss and Corns. Voss played on Corns in a finals match here, a big preliminary final a few years ago, and kept him quiet when Corns had been in red-hot form. Corns back into the middle now, so Voss has gone on to Stuart Dew. And the Saints, who stung early, trying to find their feet. Hayes goes for Revolt, Walsh in the way, and was steadfast in doing so. Milne Feet were running before they hit the ground. He spies Revolt, who kept on going.
Yep.
And that's what makes him such a fine player.
And Schwartz just pulled out of the contest. Good voice there by Revolt, and he let it go. But Brett Voss was another target. Brett Voss was a target here for Milne. He opted to go for the name forward. And good to see little Milne being busy in front of the pack.
So the Saints trying to answer in the best way possible. Goal umpire had to work a bit, but it's a goal. And they've got 2 back. So well done by St Kilda after Port Adelaide coming out meaning serious business here at Amy Stadium, putting the first 3 on the board. And now goals to Voss and Revolt have the Saints back within a goal. As we check the matchups in the middle. Loney on Schwartz, they've both been busy. Selipek on Montagna on the wings, but in the middle, Lade and Blake. Lade's got the hide, Burgoyne on Thompson, Corns and Ball, and of course the other Corns and Lenny Hayes going head to head.
Hutto, that last centre bounce, Brendan Lade just got right over the top of Blake. As soon as he got the hit out, Lade ran forward. Let's see what he does here.
Well, Blake wins it this time out wide. Chance for Port Adelaide. Well done by Montagna, just dumps it inside. Attacking 50, Schwartz in front, and he's held onto it. Oh, it should be a mark. Oh, he can't believe it. It bounced off his chest by the look of it.
I thought it was touched. Yep, my ball. From where I was, it was touched.
Well, I think you got it wrong, umpire.
Just blindsided there, so a bounce on attacking 50 for the Saints. Corns wins the tap, finds it on the ground, only as far though as Hayes. Hayes' handball. Pettigrew was in the way. Voss fighting hard. He was carried forward. Surely a free kick there. And Brett Voss.
Yeah, Lade getting back, and the Saints will take it wide and try to set up a mark inside their forward 50.
Ball, now Baker. Baker can run to 50 here. Fact runs inside 50 and bangs away. Great goal to Stephen Baker. It's all tied up.
Did it well, St Kilda. They had extra numbers back, did Port Adelaide, and instead of kicking it on top of them, they just took it wide and wide and wide. Baker set up, ran his full measure, and they've answered really well. They've got 3 goals back.
First goal for the year for Stephen Baker, and what a beauty it was.
Stephen Baker, who shared the best and fairest at the Saints last year, now scores back on level turns. Corn surging forward. Treadray hasn't really got in it yet. Hudson leads him to it, but can't leave him behind. Got good support. Treadray going down. Good heavy work off the ball. No teammates around. A searching handball. Voss had to be quick. He was too quick. Walsh in the 50. Marnie was looking for it, but it's going to Treadray. And why wouldn't you go to the captain?
Well, poor old Brett Voss, he's kicked the goal, but he's having a bit of a horror start. You can see there an errant handball. Now that catches Maxie Hudson out. Maxie Hudson made all the play to get it there. And of course his opponent Treadray sat back. And you are never going to get outmark or spoil Treadray when he's running back with the flight, uses his body for a little bit of resistance on Hudson, lets the ball come onto his ample chest.
So Warren Treadray steers it through and Port back in front. What a start.
Right here. Leave it, Matt. Leave it.
Poor old Maxie Hudson, who'd done all the hard work.
Although his initial disposal wasn't that great in any case.
Didn't have a lot to go to,
no,
I think.
But his handball was a little wild.
And there's the veteran, Robert Harvey. Started on the interchange bench. Didn't take too long to bring him back on, or get him on, when the Saints had those early goals kicked against them. Harvey pushing into the forward line now.
Ackland up way too early. Chance for Lade. He slides down on his knees. Can't get effective handball away. Well done In close by Thompson to Hayes. Long towards Revolt at the back. Well done. Oh, Milled almost. Just tripped over at the wrong moment. And a chance now for Sean Burgoyne, who mops up and finds Walsh at half-back for the power. Got a loose player just inside the centre square. Pettigrew off to Chaplin, who drives a long left-footer towards Ebert, who's made good position. Del Santo was brilliant. Got a hand in there and was first to recover. And takes on Ebert and beats him and delivers beautifully to Kazitsky, who marks on the wing.
Yeah, Kazitsky getting down around the middle of the ground, so his fitness mustn't be a problem at all. Lovely kick.
Harvey's got away. Walsh, his opponent at the moment, who's been damaging himself. Harvey, a wobbly one, not the direction he really had in mind. Made Milne work for it. Burgoyne's got just as much toe, and you saw it there. Corns leading possession winner on the ground. He'll get another couple here as he streams away with the help of Pearce. And gets them long to full forward. Motlop! Oh, he hit it hard. And there's an open goal square. Can just chip it over the top. And Marnie's going to kick his third.
Daniel Motlop, fantastic. The ex-Kangaroo. That's the tackle. And Sean Burgoyne rolls to the side, so it's not in the back. It's a great tackle. Bang, he puts another one down, and that is quick thinking.
This should be their 5th goal. They've only been inside attacking 57 times.
Yeah.
Quite remarkable.
So Marnie now for his 3rd and Port's 5th. Exhilarating start at AAMI Stadium, and Port Adelaide really running beautifully off half-back. Another look at that tackle from Sean Burgoyne.
Geez, closing speed there. He was a couple of metres behind, but his closing speed to make the tackle was just outstanding from Sean Burgoyne. And Chad Corns is a real problem in the midfield for the Saints.
Well, Chad Corns is a problem because his opponent at the moment is Brett Voss. And Brett Voss, I don't think Brett Voss can run with him in the middle.
Here's the forward line for Port Adelaide that's causing the damage. Marnie, Baker's on him now. Hudson with the job on Treadray. Maguire on White at centre-half forward. Swartz, Loney, Montagna Pearce, and Graham on Motlop.
Keep him down.
He can't keep that match up there, Grant Thomas. Brett Voss will not be able to run with Chad Corns as a midfielder.
Lade again wins it. Ground level. Chance for Pearce, who's dynamic and electrifying towards half forward. Graham with the fist, this time away from Motlop. Motlop first to recover. Port Adelaide another big chance here. Kick towards half forward. Oh, big leap from Hudson, and he's paid the mark.
Don't grab him.
Just inside defensive 50. Max Hudson, the job on the Port Adelaide captain tonight, Warren Treadray. Baker takes on Treadray, kicks towards the wing. Contest here. Hamill's got to go. Well done by Pearce. Though his handball was chopped off by Harvey. That was brilliant. Handball into the path now of Clark. Paddles to his own advantage. Good pressure from Peter Walsh. Almost threw it out towards Hamill. Fighting hard here, the Saints, and eventually over. Boundary throw in at half forward.
And the Saints forward line, Revolt at full forward, Hamill playing out at centre half forward, Wakelin on Kazitsky in the pocket, of course, Milne and Burgoyne, Dewan McGualter, and Pettigrew and Troy Swartz. Lenny Hayes hooks it back to full forward. Revolt's got away. And this is a game of forward lines at the moment. Dueling forward lines, both chock full of talent and both starting very well with 8 straight goals on the board. And Revolt a chance to make it 9.
Well, footy's a wonderful game, isn't it? And it throws up different things. We've got the Western Bulldogs that everybody's raving about at the moment with the short forwards. And what we're seeing tonight, we're seeing Revolt, Hamill, Kazitsky at one end of the ground, Treadray at the other.
Someone had to spoil the party and miss. And unfortunately for Nick Revolt, who has got his kicking back online in the last few weeks, it was him. He's got 9 goals, 4 for the year coming into tonight. 1 goal, 1 so far. So the margin is back to 11 as Kane Corns marks the kicking.
Kane Corns doing a run with job on Lenny Hayes.
Corns short to Ebert, marks between half-back and wing. He's got runners along the wing. One of them, Sean Burgoyne, in space, kicks inside, attacking 50. At the back is White in front. Motlop, great mark. Well done. Kick dropped a little short, and Motlop was the first to react.
Just a couple of lovely kicks out of the back line that were well weighted. You see that one, it bounces for Sean Burgoyne. Daniel Motlop, I thought he had the capabilities to be a star player when he was with the Kangaroos. He copped a lot of injuries, particularly to the shoulder.
1 goal 4 from set shots this year, now make it 1 goal 5, so perhaps lacking a little confidence in front of goal. Daniel Motlop, margin back out to 12 points.
He'll test out Jason Graham too, Wolsey, won't he? Who's been a really good player out of defence for them running this year.
Well, Graham and Fiora important to the Saints because of their run and their long kicking.
Harvey's disorientated for a moment, but you don't lay too many hands on Harvey. Not a well-placed kick. Corns was in best shape to take it. Hamill, as always, charging through. Creates a chance for Fiora, who was beautifully wrapped up. Well done by Brad Symes. Unfortunately, though, for him, it's St Kilda through Hayes. And look at Harvey. He's a running machine. He had McWalter over the top. Decided to ignore him. Schwartz makes a lead into the pocket. Revolt probably ultimately be his target, along with Ackland, who's floated down. Tough call on Hayes and the Saints, not 15. Stuart Dew measures his. And again, the marking ability of Motlop on display. Got himself into trouble, but gets out of it just as easily. He moves so well.
Open. There's no one in the forward 50 to Port. They're running back now.
Filoni, who puts the foot down. Cassisi, the unlikely forward type. Treadray couldn't get there. Well done, Max Hudson. And Del Santo to bring it back.
Chad Corns has just left the field. He's had 6 disposals and just given him a fantastic start. Got to mark that, Maxie.
So Del Santo from fullback, that's what confronts him. Pretty much one-on-one football by the power. So he's forced to kick into the back pocket, just the required 15. Graham, Harvey.
Harvey's had 5 touches in the last 8 minutes, and he loves playing here. Had a picnic last year in that final against the Crows.
Baker. So the Saints just being patient here, possession football.
Interesting, their forward line has stayed inside the 50. They're only just breaking now, Wolsey, to come down and help out.
Yeah, they...
Graham to Hayes.
Kaczynski has run. He's going to mark it.
McWalter, I think it is.
He has run 80 metres to get to that ball.
Oh, just one-on-one football by Port Adelaide. No flooding, no numbers back, just one-on-one football. And Harvey kept running. Well done, Motlop. Affected the spoil. Harvey goes back in to get it. Got Del Santo to support. Now here's a chance for the Saints. Open forward line. Long towards Hamill, who's got the sit. Got a hand to it. Couldn't take Milne. Brilliant. Well done, Stephen Milne. He kicks his first. Four goals to the Saints, and the margin is now 7 points in favour of Port Adelaide. But good, patient football, Rob.
Well, it was, Chris, so there's no doubt about that. They just kept control of it. Probably had half a dozen marks, little chip kicks. Finally got that break around the wing position. Once they got it from the wing, they took off. McWalter really ran hard to take that mark. Almost a Hamill mark. And this little fella, super dangerous at ground level.
So Robert Harvey needs a breather. He's been fantastic. 6 possessions in his short time on the field, and he's helped get the Saints within 7 points. Ackland doing the ruck work, but it's all Port. Gee, that was lightning hands. Corns put the handball out, but a fumble, a crucial one, came from Big Lade. And now the Saints can go forward. Montagna for Clark. Corns is closing. No one can stop Hamill. Although Corns did a pretty good effort at it. Schwartz arrives on the scene. His left foot kick. Revolt waiting down Milne, but Burgoyne very sturdy. Works it with Symes. And onto that left boot of Stuart Dew we've come to know and love. Onto the wing where Lade takes the mark. It's Port Adelaide by 7. Crowd getting involved. It's Monday night footy. And here's Damon White, part of the future of Port Adelaide.
White kicks inside. It's okay. Mark taken by Cassisi. Quarter play. It's got an option across the other wing. Mark taken by Loney. Nathan Loney off a step towards half forward. Here comes Graham. Motlop, good score this time.
Arms around him.
Oh. Well, he thought he'd done it okay.
Daniels. Arms around him, running to the mark.
Not the case. Daniel Motlop's got it. 55 from goal at half forward. Short little kick. Marnie on the lead. Baker did well to work to the front now. He's got support here from Voss. They should clear St Kilda. Voss uses Graham. Graham, plenty of time. Doesn't need to kick it yet. Decides to. And it was poor play because Wakeland, they were outnumbered 3-1, was Hamill. He had plenty of time to continue to run the ball and just panicked a bit. Inside, mark taken by White. He blazes away. Gee, sets his forwards a real task, and good courage shown by Fisher going back, taking a good mark.
He's a good player, this young fellow, Fisher. He just gets better and better, becoming an important part of the St Kilda backline.
Ended up playing 21 games for them last year. Well kicked from Ackland on the wing. McGualter has got the job on Stuart Dew tonight. Oh, he's got himself into a real hole here. Well, he sort of gets out of it. Bit of a fluky bounce. Montagna's jumper was tugged there for a moment. Could have got a free. McGualter. Now there's a free and it's going to even.
Just interesting, Rob, at that contest, Port had outnumbered St Kilda 3-2. They're getting numbers across.
They're running very, very hard.
And, gee, there wasn't much in that. The ball onto the wing. Treadray, some late treatment from Hudson. Got to be careful.
They won't be too concerned about Treadray taking marks on the wing.
Motlop patrolling up across half forward at the moment has looked dangerous. Treadray not going for him in this occasion. Instead back to Chaplin. And now Pettigrew. Kicked a nice goal early. Found some space here through the middle. And the dangerous Marnie Michael, he just couldn't hang on. Well done from Huston, showing good support. Baker, Clark, they're going to have to use it by hand again here on the bounce. Blake. Let's fly. Revolt. Milne waits at the front. Will it get there? Burgoyne. Chaplin a fumble. Swartz arrives just a moment too late. This is Symes. Out to half back. And he finds Kane Corns, who's off and running himself now.
Handball back to Symes. Brilliantly tackled there by Hayes. Now a chance for Fiora. Now Luke Ball. He's got no one in front of him. He can keep going if he likes. He does to attacking 50. Long to the goal square. Milne's got to beat a couple, including Brendan Lay. That was a task.
Yeah, he did pretty well, Milne, to bring that ball to ground. But, gee, the Lenny Hayes tackle, absolute ripper.
So Port Adelaide bring it in quickly. Lade sharing it with Sean Burgoyne. And the short kick marked by Symes. Symes from half-back. Kick toward the midfield. Numbers again here with the power. Ball to the back, Peter Burgoyne. Well tackled by Hudson. White just slaps it forward. Chance for Pearce. Going nowhere. Brilliantly done there by Clark. Smothered the handball. And good work, good follow-up work by Del Santo, taking the ball over the line.
Been some terrific tackling and hard work. There's that Lenny Hayes. He throws the arm and just wraps himself around his opponent, brings him to ground. And it's hard to tackle a player who's running absolute full throttle as Lenny Hayes did then.
And Brad Symes in game number 2. Welcome to AFL footy from Lenny Hayes. Graham and now Baker. Saints within a goal, which would be, I reckon, sit pretty well with them at the moment, given Port's frantic start. 30 seconds for some more scores, though. That was high from Fisher. Advantage paid and taken by Pettigrew. Now White. So 25 seconds to mount another attack. And it's fairly open inside the 50. That wasn't great delivery to Corns. Late free kick against Hayes.
Give it back, give it back.
You better give it back.
Treadray, the danger man.
Corns. And here comes Treadray. Well done, Baker. There's still time for Motlop. Advantage. Will it be an advantage? You bet. Oh, Port get available one right on the bell. And they're going to lead by 2 goals. Terrific opening quarter, Robert Walls.
Fantastic effort there by Warren Treadray. Hutto, he couldn't take the mark. And we see the free kick paid there to Corns.
It was a big free, wasn't it, now that the goal was kicked?
Well, have a look at this. Have a look at the effort by Treadray. Clever. Not only does he tap it in the path of Motlop, he then puts a big, strong shepherd on. And this man's got a few worries. They are just a bit too quick at the moment. Can Daniel Motlop play 4 quarters? Can he go the distance?
Well, he's a
Great
man
start.
of undoubted talent, that's for sure. Not enough time for any more scores.
No, nothing in it. Tom up. There's nothing in it. He just went to kick the ball. Walk away, walk away. Pete, walk away. Don't walk away. Stay there. Sammy, stay out. Sammy. Nothing in.
So second quarter underway. The Power by 12 points laid. Wins again. Oh, going in hard. It was good work from Peter Burgoyne. Committing his body, but
Ball wrapped up straight away.
the umpire calls for it. Power kicked the first 3 goals of the match, and then the Saints responded with the next 3. But then Port Adelaide snuck away again as Blake kicks it out of the pack towards half forward. Graham leads in the race. A little fumble, another one. So puts himself under enormous pressure, and he's been penalised. So no one else to blame for Jason Graham there.
Well, you got to do better than that, don't you?
Two.
It's like a cake of soap. 1, 2. Yeah, you deserve to be ping, young fella.
So Port Adelaide now. Cassisi long towards half forward. Treadray. Well done by White, showed courage, but equally well done by Hudston. And now a chance for Maguire to mop up. Just wanting someone to present, so just wobbles a torpedo towards half forward. Ball couldn't take the mark. He's got a couple of forward of the play. One of them's Del Santo. Normally pretty clever in that situation, but couldn't prevent it from going over the line. So a boundary throw in just the attacking side of the wing for the Saints.
We saw Graham a moment ago, Wolsey. It looks like he's been released from defence. He started on Motlop, and Fisher is now back on the dangerous Daniel Motlop. It's a 3 or 4 man forward line for Port Adelaide.
Well, Power are keeping Motlop and Josh Marnie, who kicked 3 goals in that first quarter, very deep forward.
Loney over the top, put the head down. Thompson tries to find a way. Cassisi got a high tackle from Hamill.
Come on, straight to him, Aaron. Straight to him.
Hamill not too impressed with the decision. Now Walsh, who caused a bit of havoc early. Look at this run. Milne cannot keep up with Sean Burgoyne as he streams forward and sets up Marnie once again. Well, he's kicked 3 already.
Stephen Milne, 20 metres behind that man, his opponent, Sean Burgoyne, as they made their fast break. And now Walsh was more than happy to give it to this fella because he's a class act. He can run hard and he can kick accurately, and he set Marnie up. Port starting with Marnie, and see the 2 in picture, Marnie and Motlop deep forward. Damon White and Treadray out towards the 50. And I suppose if you're hot, put him in dangerous spots. If he kicks this, it'll be his 4th, and that's the most that he's ever kicked in an AFL game.
Yeah, 4 times he's kicked 4. You can make that 5. You look confused at me there, Michael. That's the 5th time he's kicked 4 goals, is what I'm saying.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Thank you for clearing that up.
I don't. You worry me when you look confused, that's all.
It's a fair bit when you're around. Ah, it's a great story, isn't it? Josh Marnie. And he's just snuck in behind the defence a couple of times tonight, and it's been very effective. And the disposal for the midfield, superb. So Josh Marnie with 4 as we get a bounce back in the centre. Lade is doing very well in the centre square. Cassisi had a lot of it as well. Well tackled by Harvey, and also Montagna lending a hand.
Let him up, let him up, let him up. I'm here. Yeah, no worries, Conzi. Thanks, Dominic.
I'm here, the umpire says. And there's the matchup. Started on Brett Voss. Only lasted 9 minutes, did Brett Voss, and since then it's been Stephen Baker. Late again. Del Santo copped a high tackle.
Del Santo is the new opponent for Chad Corns. You'll see Chad Corns stand the mark. And Chad Corns just had a terrific first quarter.
Thanks, mate.
There's the high tackle on Del Santo.
Look at those numbers.
So Del Santo inside attacking 50. Here comes Kaczynski. Couldn't quite hold on. Milne front and centre. Needs support. Ball high to the goal square. Reebok in good position here. Almost couldn't quite hold on. Numbers now with the power. Salopek one way, then the other. Lade. Quick hands. In fact, too quick for Bishop. Loney. Hamill, brilliantly done. Coughed it up, did Loney. Now a chance for Milne. Oh, his kick ricochets off the boot of Hamill. Well done, brilliantly done by Blake. Back to Hamill, and Hamill has kicked a goal.
Well, it's just great forward pressure. And Aaron Hamill, that'll do his confidence the world of good. He just needed to get a goal on the ball. Look at the tackle by Hamill. And he's recovered, got up. Stevie Milne gets a smothered kick. And they just got the numbers there. They outnumber the Port Adelaide defenders, and they thoroughly deserve that goal with the pressure put on.
Just his second goal of the year, Aaron Hamill, but a timely one for the Saints, who are back within 12.
Go free. You ran straight at him. Pushed him. You ran straight at him.
Well, the umpire's having plenty to say tonight because there's been plenty happening as far as their decisions are concerned.
I reckon he thought that Lay didn't have his eyes on the footy.
Harvey seems to always have eyes in the back of his head, but his kicking wasn't great that time. Port able to get numbers back when needed at the moment. Corns, terrible handball, sets you up, and they're still not out of trouble. Pettigrew did a good job, though, teaming with Chaplin. And now the dangerous Sean Burgoyne. Salopek, and they've organised themselves pretty well as the Saints start to stream back to try and fill some holes through the middle of the ground. Well-placed kick from Chaplin for Wakeland, who's adrift through the middle.
Yeah, got off Kazitsky.
Kazitsky looked like he was labouring as he tried to pursue. Treadray off the left, pumped it up for Motlop. Now Fisher's pretty good in the air, but Motlop is just too good. Too clever. And he's going to pass this back. Was it far enough?
Play on. I thought the umpire called play on.
Lenny Hayes reminding the umpire about one in the first quarter, but I do think that was far enough. Only just.
Gee, protected the space to where the ball was going superbly there, Motlop.
Let's have a look at the kick. It's right on.
14.5.
Got his hands tight a bit, Grant Thomas, because he's had Voss back there, Baker back there, Fisher back there, and they just can't control Motlop and Marnie.
Corns 2 goals 3 coming into the game, and he misses, and that's a big miss. Interesting that Goddard was dropped from the St Kilda team going into today, Rob.
Yeah, and that's what made me think that they're a pretty strong outfit, because Goddard's got a fair bit of the ball, a young developing player, but if he can't get in there 22, you'd start to think, well, their lineup's pretty good.
Must be a message to him. I would have thought he'd be in their best 22.
Montagna's wobbly kick finds Maguire on centre wing. Here's a chance for the Saints. Blake running very hard. Walsh left his man to come and affect the spoil. Well done, Corns. Laid. He's got plenty of time. He sweeps the handball to Marnie. What's he doing back there? Chad Corns got rid of it quickly. Needed to. Salopek. Pettigrew. Out wide. There's a couple of free players. Damon White's got it. Wants to draw a player. Did he go too far? He put Chaplin under pressure, but Salopek followed up and kicks it out wide. The mark taken by Loney. 65 from goal. St Kilda have got numbers back, so he patiently kicks across the ground to Chaplin, who transfers it to Chad Corns.
Graham's back on Motlop, by the way, at full forward.
And Motlop wants it long. Can Corns get it there? No, he goes for the lead. Treadray, Hudson, great fist in there. And at the fall, St Kilda have the numbers, although the Hayes handball very sloppy. Leads Motlop in. Treadray, left foot snap from 20 is a goal. Oh, gee. A bad skill error in the defensive 50 for the Saints caused that Port Adelaide goal. But again, Rob, the pressure from both forward lines has been outstanding in this match.
It's been terrific. Daniel Motlop, poor handball there by Hayes. Daniel Motlop swoops on it, quick hands. Warren Treadray is more comfortable going onto his left foot for a snapshot than he is his right. So that would have been right down his alley to be able to just go bang on that left boot.
Here's the forward line that's causing St Kilda all the trouble. Hudson and Treadray. Maguire still on White. McWalter tagging Jew. Graham back on Marnie in the forward pocket. Fisher on Motlop. And Salopek and Harvey.
Well, medium-sized players just taking plenty of marks inside the forward 50. And that is a worry for Grant Thomas. You can't say he hasn't tried. He's made about 4 changes down there on those 2 hot Port players.
And here they are generating more ball out of the middle. Salopek. Graham kept his footing, but Marnie found it. He found it 55 out. Corns and Burgoyne almost spoiled each other. Corns kept on going. And really they completely missed an opportunity there by getting in each other's way. Just a little bit of hesitation in the mind, perhaps. 20 points the margin now as Del Santo brings it into Luke Ball.
Ball marks at half-back. Marks inside 50. 10 Port Adelaide. 4 St Kilda, which underlines the dominance in the air by Port Adelaide, helped by the speed with which they've got it in there. So ball now. Gee, he's got a real issue here. Kicks back and across to Graham. They've really closed him down here, Port Adelaide. Now Graham wants someone to present. He may be forced to run this through. Takes on White. Does it pretty well. Long towards a vacant half-back position. He'll be first there. Hamill knocks it to the back, but it's all Port Adelaide. First to react is Chaplin. He's got support. Salopek. Purple patch here for the Power. Can they capitalise? The kick to Treadway is fantastic. And even Max Hudson couldn't stop that.
There's some great vision there, Wolsey, of the Saints. There just wasn't any movement from there, was there?
No. You picked it out early, Chris. They are outnumbering the opposition. Ball kicked out wide to the wing. They just pushed harder to get an extra player out there. They give it to the man with the long left boot.
Loney from outside 50. He's kicked a wonderful goal. Ho-ho! So the margin out to 26 points. They are dominating general play and also starting to put it on the scoreboard now.
And smart. How smart was that? Just a wonderfully smart bit of play. Treadray to Nathan Loney with the long left boot. The Loney brothers, that's what they're best at, kicking that football off that left foot. Nathan Loney, ex-Hawk, and smart footy. And you'd have to say the Saints were asleep.
They go forward through Thompson, Revolt, hitting it hard, no one to dish to. Eventually Blake an option, Hayes. Tough one for Kazitsky. He's in good position. He hasn't quite rediscovered his touch. He's been playing very deep, Kazitsky, hasn't he, so far?
He has, yep. Aaron Hamill off and Stephen Milne on for the Saints.
Lenny Hayes has been averaging 30 possessions a game.
Kazitsky to do the ruck work.
They've all fall down. Hurried snap for goal from Montagna. You can see the result.
Port Adelaide bring it in quickly. Mark taken by White. Got it from Jude.
Good news for St Kilda was that Josh Marnie's off.
Yeah, well read by Fisher in front of Motlop.
Wouldn't be happy with that, would you, Rob? He's kicked 4.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. Keep them on.
Well done by Sean Burgoyne. Got a hand in there. Del Santo attacks it harder. He was taken high, I thought, by Corns. No free kick ball. Handball straight to Corns. He's wrapped up by a couple, going nowhere. And a bounce. Half forward for the Saints. Here's the tackle. There's the left hand over the shoulder. Umpire thought it was okay. Peter Burgoyne. And untidy little sock up. And it'll come back to Del Santo with the free kick on centre wing.
Nick Del Santo, fresh from 31 possessions last week. Only the 7 so far tonight as he finds Harvey. McWalter, that is, pushing out.
Makes long leads, this young fella. Again, a 50-metre lead from the goal square.
Thanks, Troy.
What he needs now is a long kick. He doesn't even attempt it. Kazitsky came out. You can see what he had to deal with. McWalter has a second goal. Interesting handball. Harvey over the top. Kazitsky again under pressure. And the Port crowd.
Yeah, they're getting stuck into him. Just a bit rusty, the big fella. And the other good news for St Kilda is that Chad Corns has come off.
He's having a rest. 10 possessions for Corns. Laid. And the shortest ruckman in it, Blake. This is Pearce, the rising star from last week. Hospital job for Corns, but he was able to put it in the lap of Loney, who has got a right foot. Up to the wing, White and Maguire. Fierce stuff from Damon White. And St Kilda really finding out about the vigour and determination of Port Adelaide tonight. Port leading 58-33 by 25 points.
Umpires need to just get control here. And there's the tackle from White, burying Hudson. And another look, bang. So umpire McLaren bounces. Oh, Treadray was in the back of Hayes, no free kick. Diving on it, Loney. Treadray fighting hard. Was taken high, perhaps no. Umpire letting it go, boundary throw-in.
Stephen Salopek, 8 disposals this quarter. He's got Brett Montgomery's old number 3. And Mark Williams' comments was he's been here long enough. This is an important year. And no excuses now, and Salopek really starting to find it at the elite level.
Lade did well enough to shovel it out towards Walsh. Well tackled by Ball. Tight and tough at the moment. No easy possessions. And socket off the ground by Salopek. We'll chalk that one down as well. And a boundary throw in. As we look at the midfield matchups, Loney on Harvey, Corns and Hayes. Peter Burgoyne, Andrew Thompson. Peter Walsh on the St Kilda captain, and Pearce and Fiora the other matchup. Fiora, now Harvey, playing in short bursts but running hard. Gee, that was a wonderful kick towards Revolt.
Good
Great spoil it was indeed by Pettigrew. Now a chance for Symes. He's wrapped up by Schwartz, and umpire forced to call for it again.
Gee, the tackling down here has been ferocious in the last 5 minutes from both sides.
Now, well, it was an effective spoil.
It was Bishop, and it was a classic hand chop.
Yeah.
Laid forward of the play. Oh, Ball tries to crash his way through to Thompson. Montagna needs to be very skillful from here. Does the right thing, kicks to the top of the goal square. Chance for Hayes, needs one step. Schwartz a snap, and it's offline and through for Aberhome. So great pressure again from the power in their defence.
Should have done better, Schwartz. They set him up with a quick handball. Good bash and crash there by the captain, Luke Ball, really setting the example.
Well, it really is bash and crash, as you said, Wolsey, at the moment. Here's Salopek again. His 11th possession, 10 of them in the quarter. That was high on Marnie, who's back on the ground.
Josh, over your mark. Thanks, bud.
4-goal lead for Port Adelaide, who have been dominant against St Kilda. They've won the last 8 occasions. And history standing up so far at least. Treadray inside the 50. Here's a chance for Walsh. It just wouldn't sit for him.
Done that a bit tonight. Port Adelaide put the ball over the top of a teammate running into space towards goal, dragging the St Kilda defenders up, putting it over their head.
There's an idea of the dominance of Port Adelaide in general play. Blake, ball to the back, needs to get rid of it, does it effectively. Fisher kicks towards the wing. Here's a duel, Schwartz and Pettigrew. Pettigrew got it back to Symes, and again outnumbered 3-2 here. St Kilda is hard running from me, but gets across, affects the tackle. They've done pretty well to fight on the St Kilda players. They're outnumbered. Graham eventually gets across to lend a hand. Ball spills out, and Loney, will he pick it up just inside? He does. They're away. Pearce, who's very quick, back to Loney. Had to sit and wait, but okay. Kasisi, Pearce kept going. He might get on the end of this as again he does. Bit of magic as he kicks towards half forward and cocked it up. Mark taken by Maguire at half back for St Kilda.
Who had nowhere to go. He just blasts it long, but once again the Saints have to raise their eyes a bit further.
Yeah, just blaze away kick, not good enough.
And now an opportunity for Stuart Dew. He'll have to wheel around.
They are playing on at every opportunity.
Oh, lovely sidestep, well within range. How's the radar? It is on. They're 5 goals up.
Grant Thomas, Mick McGuan, Matthew Rendell, and a few problems for...
Have a look at this stat here, and this is the significant one. The play-on, Port Adelaide, 29 play-ons after marks, and St Kilda just the 10. And that's the difference. They are playing bold, attacking football, Port, and they are catching the Saints flat-footed.
Hayes to Fiora, wobbles it towards half-forward. Hamill almost at ground level. Well done again by Dew. Chaplin's handball ineffective. Here's a chance for Milne. Well tackled by Burgoyne. Schwartz kicks it towards the top of the square. Well done by Ebert. Got back to affect this ball. Hamill can kick a goal, and he does. Well done by the Saints. They get one back. Well, it wasn't pretty, but they're able to work it through and persist at the contest. Good work from Milne getting the handball to Schwartz, and good discipline play from Schwartz to kick it to the top of the goal square. 2
up on Revolt. Saints with the extra ones down, and the veteran reading the spoil absolutely perfectly.
So Darryl Wakeland getting some work. As Port, the lead cut back to 4 goals. It's a Port ball out of the middle though. And Lade takes it, and Walsh has got away again. Nothing to stop him running pretty much all the way. Links up instead with Corns. There's a loose man. Harvey's got to be desperate. Guess who's got it? He's jumping, Josh Marnie.
Well, Fisher's on him at the moment, and Fisher just lost him as that ball came down. A little short pass. And just the St Kilda players have gone to sleep.
Grant Thomas is going to be filthy with this, Wolsey, particularly his half-forwards. They're just not covering those running half-backs from Port Adelaide at all.
Well, I saw Nick Riewoldt go over to young McQualter and just give him an absolute earful. It was Stuart Dew, his opponent, who got that last Port goal.
So Cassisi, we saw him miss one early, but he should be able to kick this one. Well, keeps the Saints well and truly in it.
So Graham in short to Fisher. Big challenge this for St Kilda.
Just an amazing stat though, that one about the play on. St Kilda from their marks, most of their marks are just sitting back. Port Adelaide playing with a rare boldness, and it's just been so effective for
Graham to Fisher. He got the handball off just in time. Hudson now. Can they use it effectively this time? It is a beautiful kick onto the chest of Maguire. Switches back inside. Fisher. Oh, gee, got hit hard by Symes, but Mark paid. And no problem there in terms of any further penalty.
Port Adelaide at this moment have got 17 players behind the ball. The only Port Adelaide player not behind the ball is Treadrake.
Baker finds Del Santo. And this is where St Kilda need to be a little patient. He kicks it out wide. It's okay. No, taken by Ball. Luke Ball, that's what's ahead of him.
Yeah, there's 36 players in one half of the ground at the moment.
And he kicks towards Revolt, who's up, couldn't take the mark at ground level. Out Port Adelaide outnumber St Kilda, but Harvey got it from Voss. Trying to get it back to Voss. Well done, Clark. Good handball. Revolt on the left boot. It straightens up. Great goal. So Nick Revolt kicks his second goal, and gee, was much needed one for St Kilda, and they worked it out pretty well, Rob, given they didn't have the numbers.
Yeah, they did do it well, and a nice in-swinger on the left foot kick by Nick Revolt. He'd be happy with that.
Bit of reverse.
Yeah, did it well. Gee, they go to him a lot, don't they? That pass to him seconds before he kicked the goal, it was Revolt up against 3 opponents. And Aaron Hamlin picture there, 2 goals in this quarter, just the 4 disposals. His opponent, Troy Chaplin, he's just run off him and had plenty of it. He's had 11 disposals, but I suppose with Hamill's 2 goals, it equals out.
So they're right back in it for the last couple of the Saints, a wobbly one. Burgoyne, did he get there? No. But he's got the free. Max Hudson. Hands on hips. Let's have a look. Definitely the ball on the half volley. And Hudson just over the shoulder in his eagerness to apply the tackle. So with a lead of 19 points and just under 5 minutes remaining before half-time, every kick is vital, particularly those in front of goal. You can see what's ahead for Peter Burgoyne, an experienced campaigner. And he judges it well. And they've got the 4-goal margin again.
And it's just a good answer, isn't it? Quick goal to Hamill, and straight away from that centre bounce, laid the ruckman, belted forward, wobbly old kick. Quick answer to Port Adelaide.
Grant Thomas on the phone.
Yes, and the man on Grant Thomas's right is his board man. He's that magnetic board man. Well, he'd be the busiest bloke at Amy Stadium tonight.
Del Santo's got it ramped up. We'll get a bounce. The other thing noticed, Rob, is that Kane Ackland is jumping too early every time and not really giving any contest at the centre bounces. This time both ruckmen will approach it together. Well, it's a bad bounce, so it allows Chad Corns to come in, thump it forward only as far as Harvey. Sweeps the handball out wide into the path of McWalter. Now, can he find a target inside attacking 50? He steadies himself, kicks towards the leader, revolt, and he's marked on his chest, protected the ball very well from his opponent, Bishop.
Did it well, didn't he? And pretty high-scoring game, this one. Amazingly, Josh Marnie, you might see him in picture here. Josh Marnie is playing half-back flank on Brett Voss. Now, that's the fella who's kicked 4 goals and set a couple of others up. There he is.
So you hit the umpire there, 20 seconds gone. He's got 30 seconds to kick from just inside 50, across the face, and there's a contest, but behind the line, so behind registered there to Nick Revolt.
And they needed a goal, 4 in it, with just over 3 minutes remaining in the first half. A lot of time left in this contest. Great crisp work finds Symes, who's felt the end of a few pretty fierce tackles tonight. That time unabated, uses Corns all the way to half forward. Hudson, effective spoil. Ball waited to the traffic to go past. It didn't all go past, but eventually finds his man. Fisher and Graham. Revolts outside the 50. Might go longer. Maguire is forward, but he spots McWalter, who didn't go back, kept on coming, and it's the right choice.
Clever kick.
And Andrew McWalter puts through the Saints' 8th goal. And chalk one up for the St Kilda defence, who have had a pretty tough time tonight, but that time they were able to give them some drive.
And a smart bit of switch play by Luke Ball. In heavy traffic, he just had the composure to step back and get the ball across to the opposite side, opened up space for the St Kilda defenders, and Graham very clever with his pulled kick to set McWalter up.
So St Kilda hanging in there. Port Adelaide have looked a better team, but St Kilda are only 3 goals behind, and just get the feeling if they can put their game together, they'll be right in this. Kane Ackland again jumps too early. Kasisi stripped of the footy. Clark, ball, valuable one here. Rickon Dobbett from 50. He loads up the kickoff line. Going back is Maguire. And the ball hits the behind post, so we'll get a
hit the post.
Yeah,
throw in.
Matty Maguire, who you called there, Chris, just near the goal square there. He's been moved from centre half back, and he's gone to the forward. Have a look at that for the kick-in times. Port Adelaide very, very quick to get it on the boot, get it back into play, whereas St Kilda, they've been sitting on the footy in the goal square and just waiting for options to present. So just a lot more quickness in this first half in the thinking and the movement of the ball by Power.
Well done by Port Adelaide. Kasisi, Loney scrambles a kick towards the wing. Well met by Fisher. Ebert, was he taken high? No. Fiora. Now Ebert gets on the end of it. Long towards half forward. Here comes Peter Burgoyne. Ball in the back. It's a foot race. Peter Burgoyne now will get a shepherd from Kane Corns. He should kick a goal, and he does. was the quickest to read that he had led underneath the footy and just turned very quickly and doubled back on it. And watch it again.
And Michael, you know, as a defender, Baker just could not afford to let that ball get behind him. As soon as the ball got over the back, he was gone.
It's a great lesson playing in defence. Got to watch the ball. Baker just too intent on following his man there.
Here's the inside 50 targets. Look at the spread for Port Adelaide. 7 times to Marnie when they've gone inside, 5 to Treadray, 3 to Motlop. For St Kilda, Nick Revolt is just their prime target. He's single-handedly trying to keep them in it.
And that might be why they've belatedly moved Maguire down there.
Give him some more support. Another target. And here is Maguire. Not able to hang on. McGualter playing an important role. Del Santo. His kick hits the post on the full. Milne reckons he touched it.
Your kick, Bergs. No, wait. Just wait. Just wait, Sean.
That is the last goal. Stephen Baker, as soon as the ball got over the back, he was in trouble. And I reckon Peter Burgoyne's smart enough to lead him under and hoping that that would happen, and then knowing he was going to be so quick on the turnaround.
Walsh. Inside defensive 50. As you can see, just a minute 20 left in the quarter. So, oh, it's a dangerous kick coming delayed, but he was good enough to make it. Can take the mark in the end pretty comfortably. He got it from Kane Corns. Now Sean Burgoyne running. Happy just to run it down from here. Port Adelaide's going into half-time with a 4-goal break. A well-deserved 4-goal break. Back to Walsh.
Reckon the message has gone out to the power, and that would be deny the opposition the ball the last 2 minutes, and we will go in with a handy lead.
It was a dangerous kick towards Cassisi.
All the numbers now being pushed back. Wolsey from Port Adelaide. The directive's gone out.
Yeah, and Port Adelaide, they do this pretty well. They huddle at different stages around the ground, then break out into space.
So Cassisi kicks it short. It's okay.
Yeah. And Stephen Milne, not good enough. You just sat back 3 metres behind your opponent, and once you saw the short pass come to Chad Corns, he accepted it. They are not working hard enough, St Kilda players.
Corns towards Pearce. Graham did very well there. And a boundary throw-in. But
Job
not
just
enough
about
time,
done.
you'd think, for St Kilda to score. And here's the incident with Milne. Yeah, it looked like he got a hand on it before it hit the post, so perhaps had cause for his argument. Ball to the back, Cassisi. Ball spilled free and jarred free in the tackle. What's the umpire going to do here? He's going to call it back.
Bring it back.
Crucial call, as it turns out. Siren half going. And it's gone a couple of seconds early. As it turns out, it won't make a lot of difference, but it well might have if the advantage had been paid. So Port Adelaide leading the way. Nick Revolt, a couple of goals, but the Saints have got a lot of work to do at half-time. It's the power leading by 4 goals.
It's a wonderful return. He makes, I think, and gives confidence to the rest of the group. Some wonderful shots just a few moments ago of him talking to his players in the huddle, and he has made an enormous difference tonight. Has Warren Treadray, the captain of Port Adelaide. Play underway in the third term. 4 goals to difference in favour of Port Adelaide, and Hayes at the base of the pack. Kane Corns just stopped and propped and waited for Hayes to pick it up and get another bounce.
Having said that, Chris, only has kicked 2 goals and taken 5 marks. Hudgson's been right with him all the way, hasn't it? It's been a terrific crash.
It has indeed, as Hamill slips the handball to Blake, who just kicked it a little too quickly. Well done by Cassisi. Fists it away. Harvey's got it. Ridden into the ground illegally by Salapak. Playing advantage, you heard the call. Great kick from Del Santo. Swartz comes from the goal square, and he'll kick from 35 metres. And this would certainly be a wonderful start in this third term by the Saints. There's the tackle on Harvey. Fair enough. And Del Santo, exquisite skills, finding the chest of Troy Swartz.
And good to see them going to another option. And this fella's got a big, strong body.
So from, well, you can see directly in front, drop punt is a goal. So the Saints draw first blood in the third term. And they did it pretty well, Rob. Del Santo, gee, he's got wonderful skills, hasn't he?
Oh, well, he's just fantastic with his disposal. Just has that extra half second than most players. Lifts his head and knows where to put it to advantage. But St Kilda couldn't have wished for a better start. Just looking at Nick Riewoldt in the forward line for St Kilda, screaming out to some of his teammates up near the wing before this ball was bounced to get into the forward line to help out, because Port have dropped extra numbers back.
Corns gets them moving. He's right up there on the top of the board as far as possessions are concerned tonight, Chad Corns. Del Santo working hard across half-back. Fisher, again, more numbers here for Port, though, than St Kilda. Stuart Dew, time on his side, and Corns continues to cut them up. Not a great handball for Salopek. Corns kept on coming. McWalter, and again Corns in amongst it. Montagna did well. Del Santo couldn't get the hands loose. And you can see the result. Nathan Loney had them wrapped up. Just had that moment where he had the chance to get rid of it, and after that, once the arm was locked. So Loney just measured it for Kane Corns.
Nick Del Santo, I believe, is on Chad Corns, and he has to be tied up.
Well done by Blake. Read the pass in. Now ball suddenly confronted. Able to keep it moving. Fisher has to be deadly accurate. And Fiora wanted to keep moving, but now wheels back onto his left. Look at Blake. He's pushed up to 50. Can keep going if he wants to. Just outside his range, you would fancy.
He did well there against Lade to push forward.
Centering ball into the pocket again for Schwartz. The concentration was on Riewoldt, and that was clever thinking. Corns had pushed back in front of Nick Riewoldt.
And this is a difference in Kilda that we're seeing in the first 4 minutes of this third quarter. And good to see Blake running hard to get in front of his ruckman opponent, Lade. Lade doing it 1 out, so he may well tire in the second half. And Schwartz twice getting away from Pettigrew, his opponent.
Generally a pretty reasonable kick. And that's more than reasonable. 2 goals for Schwartz, and the Saints are right back in the mix.
Intelligent play, because Blake had the free kick on one side of the ground, and Port Adelaide did well to block the space in front of Blake, and they cleverly passed the ball around the perimeter and opened up the fat side of the ground to allow Schwartz to run into. So good, patient, intelligent play by St Kilda. So Mark Williams now with a couple of concerns. Margin back to 12 points, only played 4 minutes into this third term. Lade gets it down decisively. Peter Burgoyne missed it off the ground. Kane Corns desperate.
It's out. Play on.
Hayes at the base of the pack. Now, didn't hear it from umpire McLaren. Handball from Thompson. Off to Clark, who's away. 3 bounces. Can keep going if he likes. Kick towards Riewoldt, who marks in front of his face.
Lade couldn't get back there. The Port Adelaide ruckman desperately trying to get back. He was caught out. He didn't know which way to go, because Schwartz has given them another option. And good to see Xavier Clark back himself with run and bounce. He carried that ball about 40 metres before he kicked it, and they are moving the ball quicker. They've got 2 tall marking targets. Both Schwartz and Riewoldt are starting from the goal square.
So Riewoldt kicks and goals. Well, great start to this third quarter by St Kilda. It's only 5 minutes old, but they have already kicked 3 goals, and all of a sudden the margin is back to just 6 points.
Well, it just turned, hasn't it? Less than 6 minutes on the clock, and they've got 3 goals on the board, and the 3 of them have all come pretty much from the same way. Good kicks to leading tall forwards, and the tall forwards able to kick accurately.
So Nick Riewoldt now with 3, 1 in each of the quarters.
And they're playing a 5-man forward line here. So the Saints, Bishop on Riewoldt, Baker on Burgoyne, Dew and McWalter still, Hamill and Wakeland, Hamill playing up the ground, and of course Swartz and Pettigrew. Swartz has been the big change, giving them something to think about.
And there you can see the lineup. They get in a line, the St Kilda players, so there's space to lead out to the flanks. And there, back in the goal square, you've got Schwartz.
Pettigrew is the man, the extra man back. He might get busy at the moment because Fisher's about to chip it wide for Del Santo.
Yeah, got a break on Chad Corns.
Schwartz leads out of the goal square.
Harvey pushed hard.
Hamill's deep. So is Ball. There's Hamill. Sets it up. Luke Ball might have to go here over the top. He waited instead. And he's put it through. It's a goal.
He looked as if I don't know, it looked to me as if Luke Ball was just so slow. He didn't realise someone was on his tail. Yeah. He's relaxed there.
Just a little fumble for a moment.
Yeah.
Got it together.
He ended up doing it as you'd expect him to, but there were some anxious moments there. This is just an amazing start to the quarter. 4 goals in less than 6 minutes. Gets in front of the pack, does Luke Ball. Almost dragged down from behind, but the skipper able to put it through. Maguire also gone forward for St Kilda. So they've got Schwartz, Maguire and Revolt as marking targets.
And scores now level. Amazing start to this second half.
Clark gets it from Corns. Clark, the loose player in the St Kilda back half now. Out to Fisher. Out to Del Santo. They're running hard. Sense an air of confidence and momentum now with St Kilda. Del Santo short his Revolt. Kick is perfect. Too far out to score. Needs to find another option.
Well,
all 36 players inside the St Kilda half, Rob.
In fact, Port have got 15 players in the defensive 50. There's just 3 on the outside. St Kilda can go ring-a-ring-a-rosy with this. There is absolutely no one left of screen.
So, and that's exactly what they do. They're patient. Oh. Clark chips it short. How did Fiora find some space in there?
Well, that's what you've got to ask. They are a bit of a rabble at the moment, and you can see Port players arguing with each other. Have a look at Chad Corns. Got the arms out, gesturing to his teammates, saying, hang on, what's going on out here?
And good, again, patient play by St Kilda around the perimeter, waiting for the opportunity. And Clark, the architect there. So Fiora, who's a wonderful kick of the football. From right on 50, drop punt, it's close, but offline. But for the first time this evening, St Kilda are in front. They lead by a point.
This is a harder ground to defend than others, I would think, Wolsey, with numbers, because it's so wide.
Yeah, just amazing, isn't it? They have come out and kicked 4 goals in 6 minutes.
So Pettigrew in the back pocket. Suddenly Port Adelaide on the back foot. They go to their main man, going for Corns. He's a ripper, but he can't take this one. He gets it in the end anyway. Somehow onto the wing. And it's pretty open here for Port. Maguire lost his footing, but White lost the footing. Motlop could have got a free. They still might have a chance here. White deep. Stuart Dew's got the edge, and Port are back in front. Well, that's an easy one conceded for the Saints. A little too easy.
Yeah, it is. And Matty Maguire, I just don't know what's going through his mind. He's fumbled and stumbled. He could have picked that up. He's put it straight into the hands of Motlop. And the way Maguire's playing, I'd be anxious to get him out of the St Kilda backline, because he's got the fumbles at this stage.
So St Kilda hit the lead, but it was only very briefly. Great body work from Stuart Dew, and the Power with their first of the quarter. They lead by 5 points. They led by 12 at quarter time, by 24 at the long break. So Blake beaten by Lade. Well done by Hayes. He was desperate, and they gave it up. Corns. Well done to Salopek. Now Cassisi on the non-preferred side. Kicked it wide into space. Hudson doing battle with White. White found the footy. Great tackle, though, by Hudson. What's the umpire going to do? Let's it go. Numbers with the Saints as Maguire helps out and kicks it to Blake on the wing. Overlap provided by Harvey. Short kick over the head of Revolt. Now Port Adelaide have got the real numbers here. Wakeland shares it with Sean Burgoyne. Chad Corns. Symes. Need to be cool here. Port Adelaide. Oh, gee, that's an awkward-looking kick. Ineffective. No left side for Chad Corns. Pettigrew runs from the defence. Oh, an ambitious bounce. Well done ball. Put the pressure on. Now White and Maguire. White almost. Oh, between the legs if you don't mind. Now a chance for Harvey. Hayes. And St Kilda work it out pretty well as Clark kicks it out wide and the mark's taken by Baker.
Plenty of numbers back for Port. That's what Baker can see. So he's the eyes up as long as he can. Swarts the man from the side. The other way.
He's got rid of him
against Hannell.
See if we can pick it up. There it is. Corns doing his best to make sure the umpire spotted it.
Back for the call, Jason. Come back and meet him. Kick it now.
Damon White is leading Maguire a merry dance.
And here he is again. Didn't mark it. But for the good of Wakeland. Now Walsh on the wing. Slippery ball. Well done, McWalter. Well done, White. Terrific contest. Bodies already getting tired. Cassisi, Sean Burgoyne. Tough for Walsh. Harvey in amongst it. Well done, Pearce. White. It's an open forward line again. Marnie comes from behind. Steadfast defence from Clark. And he should be able to scoot away here. Certainly backs his own judgment. Credit to Marnie, who kept on going.
Second time he's done that, Xavier Clark. Run and carried a couple of bounces, and it just carries the line.
Blake can send it in long. Instead goes for Harvey. Revolt's going to lead to this side of the ground. Harvey wasn't ready for it. Well, Harvey didn't like it, so he just sidestepped and go for Revolt again. It was a very short pass. Revolt carries it back. Here's the pace of Graham. Good kick for Milne. He'll put the foot down and go. What a time to fumble. Oh, Swartz is going to kick his third. Can you believe it? Troy Swartz, the hero for the quarter.
And that was a fumble mark by Milne. And don't worry, he was having a shot for goal, Anna. He wasn't passing it to Swartz. And this fella is hot at the moment. Maguire's been taken off, replaced by Brett Voss. That had to happen.
Saints back in front.
Well, Troy Shorts' greatest haul before tonight was 2 goals. He's kicked 3 1/4. Well, 3 1/2.
It's been good for them. I just have a feeling Port Adelaide, with the man short on the bench in the second half, is going to be quite telling. And you can see you've got the Port Adelaide players in defence. They've got an extra player back there. Chad Corns playing on Nick Revolt at the moment.
So it comes down towards Pearce. Kick forward by Lade and in front Ebert's mark. No contest there from Fiora. Just caught out of position. And Brett Ebert will kick from 50 metres in an attempt to put Port Adelaide back in front. Kicked a couple of goals this year.
He's got big and strong, hasn't he?
Yep. And of course won the McGarry medal back in 2003, the equivalent to the Brownlow in the SANFL. So from 55, drop punt. It's got plenty of carriers. It's got enough. It has. Port Adelaide back in front. The Power have responded to this St Kilda challenge. Fans pretty excited. As we watch it again, good work from Lade, just scrambling it forward, and just Fiora there caught on the back foot with a quick kick coming out of the centre. And a wonderful finish from Brett Ebert. So Grant Thomas will be pretty happy with the way things have played out in this third quarter.
And the Port Adelaide forward line, Brett Ebert in the pocket, Treadray down in the goal square, Damon White, Cassisi across half forward. Have a look at the small half forward line that they've got. They've shuffled their forward line around a lot in this quarter. At one stage they didn't have any, and that was when St Kilda had that onslaught at around about the 1 to 7 minute mark of this term.
You can see Chad Corns down there about to get his 10th possession perhaps of the quarter. Astonishing stuff. He's got 24 for the match. Port lead by 5 again. Only halfway through this third quarter. Symes to the wing. Good strong body work by the big strong man Lade.
He's carrying the ruck division. He's done the entire ruck work since Brogan went off, which was virtually the first minute of play.
Pretty ordinary kick as it turns out. Baker handled it beautifully. And they're on here, the Saints. Hamill, can he get to the contest? He can. He's got Schwartz on his own in the goal square.
Good work by Milne to protect Hamill there. Milne just did enough with the body just to protect Aaron Hamill, who had the break on his direct opponent.
This will test Hamill's right foot, won't it?
It will, yeah. This might just be beyond him. Terrific play by Baker to tear through and pick it up half volley across the half-back line.
He had Schwartz for a moment. Just at that stage, Schwartz was on his own in the goal square, but Hamill couldn't get up to give it to him. So Aaron Hamill gives it everything he's got, and that's just not quite enough. And the margin is 4. It's a Monday night special, boys, from Amy Stadium, Anzac Eve. And the Saints hitting back and hitting back hard in this third quarter.
First half, Port Adelaide very quick to bring the ball into play. Very slow and measured there, but successful.
Peter Burgoyne drives it low and hard out to the wing. Marnie the target. Graham did well, just pushed him out of the way and retrieved the footy. Montagna, now they've got 3-on-2 St Kilda. That's what's happened. They've got numbers across to the football in the contest. Hamill loose at half forward. Can he find someone inside attacking 50? He can. Stephen Milne on the burst, and he's marked 35 metres from goal. Angle though reasonably acute.
They're going to really work Lade over now here, Wolsey. Blake's come off Ackland on.
Yeah, they have to do that, and I think just in general field play after the ruck contest, the St Kilda ruckmen have to run wide and run deep forward to make Lade work hard, make him run.
So Milne kicks, and it's across the face. So one behind, the margin back to 3 points.
It's already their best ever third quarter against Port Adelaide. The Saints, it was previously 5-1, it's now 5-3. Enough to have them within 3 points. Play on. Was that a high tackle from Ball? He takes it anyway. Gets it across looking for Hayes. Play on Symes. That was a high tackle advantage. Will be taken by Pearce. Onto that left foot. Now Graham in best position. Confronted by Motlop. No backward step from either. Fisher for Del Santo. Chad Corns has been everywhere.
Yeah, Chad Corns back in the middle on Del Santo, and they are 2 of the stars of the AFL.
Graham coming off second best from that confrontation. We know about Pickett's shoulder problems. Graham's still a bit sore at the moment.
What about Daniel Motlop's shoulder problems?
Motlop, sorry, not Pickett. Still talking about that 50-metre penalty from half-time. Wolsey just scared me a little. There's Motlop. Was that a throw? No. Perhaps trying to be a little too clever. Hudson to Graham. First option was a good option, Jason. He didn't take it.
Yeah. Hesitated.
And he's hurt. He was still struggling from that previous hit.
They've got to get it. You're right. They've got to get him off, because at the moment he's shaken up. They've got 4 interchange players, the Saints, so they should get Graham. It may well cost them a goal by not getting him off after that initial hit.
Well, the ball could scarcely be in better hands for a shot from outside 50. Stuart G, you'd think he'd make the distance easily. Just can't quite get the angles right. And the margin now is out to 4.
So Brett Voss takes it quickly. And Fisher marks in the back pocket. St Kilda put themselves right in this game. Open the quarter with 4 goals in 6 minutes to tie it up. Port Adelaide have hit back just to get the game back on even terms. Voss confronted by Lade, but he gets the left foot away. Now Del Santo's got to be good here. 3-on-2 in favour of the power. Wakeland sweeps the handball to Lade. Lade's got a loose player at half forward. White's got to attack it. Baker did brilliantly to get across. Motlop at the back, though. Hard up against the boundary line. Oh, well done, Daniel Motlop. He ran too far.
Good effort by Stephen Baker, who persisted in the chase. Motlop knew that he didn't quite have a clean break on him, and Baker's persistence won the free kick.
22 steps, I counted. Yes. That's about 30 metres.
McWalter goes for Harvey, who automatically plays on. Just released it in time, but as a result of the pressure coming from behind, he's turned it over. Now Burgoyne sweeping through the middle. Takes it back from Ebert and goes for Motlop. Graham, he's still out there. He's battling on, a little wounded. Hayes, who's gone quiet in this quarter after dominating in the first half, really punches the kick out to the wing, but that's an area where there's lots of numbers for Port Adelaide. Ebert now through the middle. Young Symes has got options galore. Goes for Kane Corns. This is a really powerful move. Walsh to the goal square. Marnie, we know when he gets a sniff in front, he doesn't often miss. He does not often miss. 5 of the best for Josh. And that's the best goal-kicking performance ever by a Port player against St.Kilda, I think, from memory.
No, he's been a wonderful player.
This is interesting. We spoke in the first half after a mark playing on, and you can see Port Adelaide dominated in the first half of that game, and they dominated on the scoreboard. It swung St Kilda's way. You can see there that they played on 10 times to Port's 5 in this third term, and they've had the advantage on the board. Hayes,
brilliant. Del Santo runs to 55. Long penetrating kick. Schwartz has got an opportunity here. Was he taken down illegally? No, says the umpire. Rush behind.
Warren Treadrate off. And just 4 minutes left in this quarter.
Let's have a look at there if there's any arm chop. No, looked okay. Good umpiring.
Wakelin. Just one extra number is all that was required. It was Symes, and now Wakelin could go over to Corns here. Oh, he set up Symes, totally set him up. Well done, Symes, just to release it. But the danger has certainly not passed. Pearce had the arm grabbed. Now Loney all on the back foot. Symes just sinks the slipper as far as he can get it out of defence. And that's a fantastic grab from Hudson.
Back over, Max.
Chaplin hadn't touched the ball or he would have conceded 50.
Yeah, Port getting numbers back in defence. Massive numbers. That's why Maxie's looking and saying, where can I go? Might have to go backwards.
Well, he does. Graham has Del Santo through the middle. Del Santo now covered, so forced to go as wide as he had to there to Fisher. Through the middle, options galore.
Yeah, they got the numbers there, the Saints, because Port have got numbers in the defensive 50.
McWalter didn't panic and delivered beautifully to the smallest man on the ground. Now Milne's off. Little tiger in the tank. Look at that. It's through. Like an itch, he just had to scratch. He was away.
Like a little mozzie.
Yes.
And he just buzzed around the man on the mark, and he'd much prefer to have a shot on the run. Tried to stooge Sean Burgoyne by pointing.
He didn't try, he did.
Have a look. That's where the mark is. And Sean Burgoyne has a look around, and Milne kicks a goal and goes...
He's exciting to watch. He's exciting to watch, Stephen Milne. And that's a couple.
How did he go again? What was that? Come on.
If he gets another one, I'll do it.
So it's very tight, Ackland. Bounce favours later. Gets it to Kane Corns. Kick around the body. Now Money's got to beat a couple here. Got a fortuitous bounce and scrambles a kick inside, attacking 50. Coming to meet it White. Gee, it's awesome. Kilda though around him, and Harvey Just gives it off to Hayes. He's got time just to assess things and delivers beautifully. Del Santo in the centre. He's away. Normally uses it very well as well, Del Santo. Gets onto the left boot, kicks towards the lead of Revolt. Makes him work. Trying to play for the free kick. Oh, juggles it superbly. Back towards Hamill. He's got to beat a couple as well. Hamill. Searching handball. Del Santo. His handball missed the mark intended for Revolt. Kane Corns was too slick with his hands. Salopek now does well. Symes and out to Walsh. And the power now can go as Ebert gets it at half-back.
It's hot, that's for sure. To half-forward, Burgoyne and Thompson. Oh, Burgoyne was the only man still standing. It's all about the finish now. How's that for closure? Oh, pretty good.
Andrew Thompson went to ground. That's all that Peter Burgoyne needed. And the Saint veteran, he'd be kicking himself. You just lose that couple of metres, and Peter Burgoyne, once he took clean possession, have a look at that, straight through the middle, and that's not easy when you're running flat out from about 45 metres. Brett Voss has come onto the ground. He's playing forward line, and also Maguire has gone deep. They've still got Schwartz back in the goal square, who's kicked 3 goals in this term. Revolt between full forward and centre half forward.
Margin 9 points. Fighting hard at ground level, Ebert.
If they can get another one, Port, just before the 3/4 time break, they'll be well satisfied, because you'd think that they've handled this massive St Kilda onslaught.
Look at that for the match. From a ball up. Port Adelaide have not won a clearance.
So Ebert now with a chance to drive Port Adelaide forward. It's a thumping kick to the goal square. Treadray not quite at the back. Stuart Drew can kick one there, and he does. Great stuff from the power. So Port Adelaide have responded to this St Kilda challenge, and as we near 3/4 time, their margin, their lead is out to 15 points, and clever work from Stuart Drew, who kicks goal number 3.
Well, the amazing thing, you think it's been a St Kilda quarter, they've kicked 6 goals. Port have kicked 5.
So it's back out to 15. Saints with a minute to try and cut that. That time Milne couldn't fool Sean Burgoyne, who might make him pay in the most severe fashion. Not a good kick. Oh, a fumble, and it's all Port at the back. And all St Kilda's hard work would still come to just about naught with 45 seconds.
Yeah, and you can see Peter Burgoyne telling Hamill he ducked his head, which is about the biggest insult you can give to an opponent, saying that he lacked courage, that he ducked his head, and he didn't duck his head. Don't worry about that.
Just missed it.
Never let the truth get in the way of a good story.
40-odd seconds remaining. Treadray right back in amongst it. Well done, Luke Ball, the extractor. Oh, Burgoyne looking for revenge on Stephen Milne. Didn't get it. Instead gave away the free. Milne moves it quickly, flirting with danger. They've got 30 seconds. Fisher not wasting any time. Needs some protection here. Confronted by Ebert, just goes long. Collins has got his name written all over it, but he didn't count on Troy Schwartz, who came flying through, and the skills of Nick Del Santo. Oh, Maguire had a bit of a horror night. Well done, Troy Chaplin. And the ball is over and out.
Oh, it's a hot game. Temper's rising. There's Hamill. Peter Burgoyne. Peter Burgoyne saying, duck your head. And he's wrong, but still worth a go.
The last seconds of the 3rd quarter. Saints can't do anything with it. And so Port would be pretty satisfied with the scoreboard, I reckon, going to 3/4 time, given what transpired in that quarter, Rob.
They would be, Hunter. It was a fantastic quarter of football. Have a look at the Port supporters showing their appreciation. We saw the Saints jump out of the blocks, and they went bang, bang, bang early 3rd quarter. And they really threw the challenge down to Port Adelaide. It seemed as if it was a quarter in which it was all St Kilda. The Saints kicked 6 goals, but credit to Port.
Monday night football, last quarter, Port Adelaide starts 15 points ahead. What have the Saints got in the tank? Let's find out.
From the bounce, chance for Robin Harvey, the veteran. Wobbly kick out wide, okay. Del Santo really was prominent in that third quarter. Nick Del Santo props and uses McWalter, who's been impressive. Needs to get rid of it quickly and does. Oh, it was an orderly looking kick, but gee, it almost landed in the arms of Blake. Would he have his arms chopped? Not sure. Ball kicks it towards Milne. Needs to make a contest here. Well done, Sean Burgoyne. Loney at close quarters. Corns. And now there's a free kick coming back.
Port Adelaide.
Wolsey, they've got to find a way of exploiting Brendan Lade in this last quarter, St Kilda.
Yeah, well, I'm just amazed that Ackland hasn't had more game time and used Ackland to jump into Lade. They haven't worked Lade over physically at all. In fact, it's the opposite. I think Lade's intimidated the St Kilda ruckman in the contest.
Chad Corns finds Darryl Wakeland, half-back for the Power. They lead by 15 points. They led by 24 at half-time, but they were headed by St Kilda in the third term. They were able to steady. Treadray had his jumper pulled, and the umpire's seen it, much to the delight of the Port fans. He's got the free kick just the attacking side of the wing.
And you can see it quite clearly there on screen. Marnie, the light's in his eyes for a moment. He's played beautifully under those lights tonight. Baker, plenty of pressure around him. Look at all those Port Guernseys. Sean Burgoyne. It's an interference, it's a Port ball.
Well, that's three tackles to Port in less than a minute.
We know about Jew's left foot. He doesn't go for it. There was a bit of holding there on Thompson. Oh, Clark. A little slippery. A lot slippery. Blake. Now Graham. Has to get Del Santo, who did the full 360 to take the mark. Looks up. Nothing for him immediately. Has to wait. Might have to go inboard to McWalter in the middle. Now Revolt comes. But he's not a lot of danger there. And he's got nothing to go to in particular.
Schwartz in the goal square.
Well, McWalter might have to try and hit him. He lost his footing, lost direction, a fumble there from Pettigrew at the crucial stage. So Port still with work to do, but the numbers should prevail. Walsh gave an option. Pettigrew waited until Walsh was in the best position.
Did well, Walsh, to keep running hard.
And the former Demon is away.
From the wing, kicks towards half forward. Huston in good position this time. Led Treadray to the football. And he's marked between half-back and wing for the Saints. Hamill free. There's a loose player towards half forward. It's Schwartz, who was dynamic in the third quarter. Kicked 3 goals, led the St Kilda comeback. Too far out to score this time. Drills it in low and hard, looking for a revolt. It was a poor kick, and Wakeland's able to mop up. Handball off to White, who kicks towards the centre of the ground. Kane Corns calling Cassisi to run on, draws the player. Peter Burgoyne now. He is devastating with his kicking. Can he find someone? A second bounce. He might go all the way here, Peter Burgoyne. No, just kicks it to the top of the square. Or push out, was it? Yes. Against Daniel Motlop. And the free kick will be taken by Fisher.
Baker. Oh, he was under pressure, got one in the back. It was a bit of a let-off for him.
Gee, the crowd have got into this game. The further the game's gone, the more the Port Adelaide supporters have got into it. They were very quiet pre-game.
Now Fisher. Goes long and quickly to Revolt. Got Hamill waiting down. Ball's there as well with Walsh. Who wants it the most? Salopek. He's dived on it. He's got a problem now.
He's got to try and get it out.
He's gone. So ball, his 20th possession. Where will it take the Saints? They've got to find another path to goal other than Nick Revolt. They found it in Troy Schwartz in the third quarter. They're going to wait and see if they can pierce this defence. Hamill will be the target. And again, he's right on the edge of his distance.
And Hamill insisting that the man on the mark get back because Hamill knows this will stretch him. Now, have a look at Wakeland coming back. Do you reckon that's a free kick, Chriso?
Yes. Wasn't paid in Salopek here. You can't just lie next to the ball and throw your arms back and say, I can't do anything with it, as he does.
There was a little bit of high contact there on him, but anyway, it's all about Aaron Hamill now. A couple of crucial goals he kicked in the second quarter to this end. He likes it. He likes it, and that is why they're still punching.
What the Power have been good at, though, Hutto, since about halfway through that third quarter, every goal that St Kilda kicked, they answered very quickly themselves.
Very good finish from Aaron Hamill. So St Kilda with the first goal of the final term. And you can see there, outscored by a total of 57 points in the fourth quarters in 2006.
High on.
Great tap from Lade to Chad Corns, who's been devastating. Wobbles it towards half forward. Daniel Motlop got rid of Fisher, but then a little fumble. Hard up against the line, then slipped. So nothing working right there for Daniel Motlop.
How good was Chad Corns at the centre bounce? We're talking about an all-Australian centre-half back, and he can play as good as any midfielder. Have a look at this. He just comes flying through. Reflexes are superb.
Boundary throw in. Chance at the back for Salopek. Slick handball. Chad Corns involved again. Now Peter Burgoyne concedes ground towards Walsh, who slides and marks just centimetres from the turf. No one stands the mark, so he chips it cleverly, and Cassisi's mark 40 from goal directly in front.
Well, Luke Ball believed that Walsh needed to come back behind the mark. There's the mark now. He slid 4 metres. He has slid 4 metres past where he marked it. Umpires are not having a good round.
Tredray coming off again.
So Dominic Cassisi, 13 disposals tonight. There's the captain. Made a very strong contribution tonight. Oh, it's just curling wide and just grazed the post.
What do you think of the fact that Tredray's off, Rob? Is he just resting him up for a final assault?
Perhaps, although I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't come back. Let's not forget he hasn't played a game of football for something like 6 weeks. Got injured very early in the practice match period.
Just finds his man, Thompson. Now they have created the loose man here. Harvey out to the wing, pushing hard, galloping. Oh, it wasn't well directed.
He should have gone, Blake. Blake didn't go.
Wakeland on the rebound to Nathan Loney. The tongue's out. Jordan Light from outside the three-point range. He's a specialist, is Nathan Loney, but you wouldn't know it by that kick.
Robert Harvey, he set the ball up for Jason Blake, and he was not prepared to get himself crashed to contest that mark, and that is disappointing.
Graham from fullback, and Harvey trying to lift his team. Kicks it out wide. Hudson.
Stay on it, Brett! Stay on it!
Is there enough run in the St Kilda legs to make up this margin and go on and win? Del Santo running hard to the wing.
That's it, Dom!
Half lead from Montagna.
Yeah, St Kilda have got Hamill and Rewald playing on the 50-metre line, and right back in the goal square, Stephen Millen-Schwartz.
Do you think Kaczynski will come back on, Rob? Do you think he could still be a factor in this game?
I don't think so.
Blake to Graham. Now Maguire. In plenty of space, Matt Maguire decides to bang along inside attacking 50 in front. Ball almost. Montagna trying to take it off hands. Hamill tough. And he's got a free kick, Aaron Hamill.
Kaczynski played 40 minutes all in the first half. Kaczynski hasn't been on in the second half at all, so I don't think we'll be seeing him.
There's the free kick against Symes. So Aaron Hamill has kicked the only goal in this quarter, a chance to kick his second.
Yeah, that was the Blake non-contest a couple of minutes back.
Umpire just giving Aaron Hamill the time. 15 left, he said. Gee, important kick this. Right on his kicking range from 50 metres. Unloads, has it got the carry? Another goal to Aaron Hamill. And the margin is back to 4 points. They've done very well again, St Kilda, at the start of this fourth term, as they did in the third.
Well, he went into this game, and the only thing that was lacking from his football were goals. I'd watched him closely through the NAB Cup, early rounds of football, and Aaron Hamill was hitting the ball and hitting the opposition as hard as he's ever done. He was just not getting a lot of possessions himself. Tonight, he's kicked 4 goals straight. Warren Treadray looking on, and Daniel Motlop also off.
Good job.
So it's back to 4, and again Corns, is he going to take it out of the centre? Well, he was involved. He's been brilliant. Walsh has been prominent as well. Look at Corns, he's still running, coming in for possession. 30, Baker wrapped him up superbly. Cassisi back for Walsh. 3 Saints coming out, and that meant there was some free Port players. Pearce, one of them. And he couldn't quite get his man Marnie.
Yeah, McWalter's on Marnie, and I don't like that matchup. I don't think he's big enough to be able to do the job.
Saints have got numbers here. Thompson's ahead for Hudson. Now nothing really doing for him, so he goes long. Maguire, he's got a yard, takes it, looks over the rearview mirror. Selipek was in pursuit. Here's Hamill. He's got Blake flying past. Numbers with Port. Well done, Symes. And they've created the loose man. Overlap. Kick from Lade to Kane Corns. Powering forward. Marnie's loose, but he's going to go for Burgoyne instead. And he's just on the range. Where will the umpire set the mark? Just inside the 50.
Go back, have a kick. I'm in control here.
3 goals straight for Peter Burgoyne tonight.
Go back and have your kick. I'm in control here.
And I think he could certainly kick the distance.
Isn't that 50 metres?
Come back to you in a moment, Andrew. Burgoyne's got up and under it. It's just offline. And then Voss takes the grab. What did you think was 50, Andrew?
Well, Jason Graham, under the new rules, isn't allowed to put his hands on Peter Burgoyne, is he?
After he's marked it.
Yeah, when he's not in the marking contest.
No, he's not. I think there was some confusion. The umpire let him off because it wasn't sure whether the ball hit the turf. But you're right, technically, as the Saints try and work out of their defence. Fisher, it's a dangerous kick. Thompson up high. Well done, Selipek. And he ties it up. Umpire lets it go. Good umpiring. And eventually calls for it.
Let's have another look then and see whether it's...
Technically, it's a 50-metre penalty. Well, that's what we were told by the Geese pre-season.
Yeah.
Taken by Kane Corns, and they work it pretty well. Peter Burgoyne drives it long to the top of the goal square. Well done. The fist coming in from Fisher. Marnie. And eventually St Kilda win out through weight of numbers and force it over the boundary line. Wakeman and Hamill.
Couple of old stages.
Yes. Jumper.
They should know better.
Jumper punch is almost ready. Warren Treadray getting ready to come back on.
Corns wins the tap to the back.
Along with Motlop, Wolsey, so it looks like they're going to roll the dice here, Port Adelaide.
Yeah, well, I'd get Treadray on, put him in the goal square. Motlop alongside him.
Chance for Harvey, tried to slip it towards Thompson. He splits off the ball by Ebert. Eventually Fisher got it from Voss.
Gee.
So that's a dangerous kick. And it's marked by Peter Burgoyne. Wonderful mark. And he'll kick from pretty much right on 50.
Chad Corns in the goal square saying, kick it to me. I'll outmark Brett Voss.
And that's the Fisher kick. Don't know about Clark's effort there. Peter Burgoyne had eyes for the football and stood strong underneath it. From right on 50, he unloads, but in the process, kicks it out to the right, so just the one behind. So the margin, 5 points. Anyone's ball game.
The inside 50s tonight, just 3 times more St Kilda have inserted the ball inside 50. And they are behind. Fisher for Baker. It looks good for St Kilda. He looks up. And he can go for a revolt. Swartz waits down and in the right place. But couldn't handle it this time. A great tackle from Swartz. Kept the ball alive. Milne goes to work again. Stephen Milne. But he just ran out of legs. The experience of late. And repels well. Port leading by 5. Hanging on grimly now. Symes. Just his second game of AFL footy. Finds Sean Burgoyne. And they find a passage out of defence. Wakeland from half-back. Looking for the next lead. It's a precision kick required. And delivered for Eben, who's got Walsh. They keep on coming. Walsh will see the square.
He's run hard, Walsh. Several times tonight he's gone from defensive 50 to forward 50. And that's about 5 marks in a row. Almost all of them near the boundary line. And will they be able to get the next one to set someone up for a shot?
Good presentation from Port to a one-on-one of the square.
And that was the worry. McQualter is not big enough to be playing in the back line, in that last line of defence. He's been nervous for the last 5 minutes playing there. Look at Stuart Dew saying, look, he's just not big enough. Stuart Dew's twice the size of him. Little bit of push and shove, get him under the ball, and the kid's out of his depth there.
And he only just puts it through, but it's there.
Here's another look at the contest, and just lacking size there, McQualter, and turning to some of his teammates and saying, get back and help me. And Stuart Dew kicks his 4th goal, and the margin out to 11 points.
There's been a... This is a move which I like, and that is Chad Corns to the goal square, to the forward line, because Corns loves the moment, loves the occasion, and I can just see him taking a mark or 2 down there to seal it.
Kane Corns scrambles at forward, was Cassisi held, no free kick. Baker, now Xavier Clark. St Kilda need to respond, high towards revolt. Milne will take front and centre. Del Santo, taken high, no free kick. Port Adelaide fight on at ground level.
Swept him up.
Was he taken high, Del Santo, or was I seeing things? No, he was just hit fair and square.
Terrific body hit by Sean Burgoyne.
Ball and attacking 50 for St Kilda. Big pack of players around the football. No ruckman even got close to it. Ackland gives it up to Cassisi. Clark run down almost by Dew, but Clark with poise, with great poise, delivers. Superb stuff that. So the quick reply by St Kilda, the margin back to 5 points. Here's that big pack of players. Ackland, Cassisi's handball astray. Oh, gee, it was cool there, Xavier
It's a
Clark.
good goal, isn't it? Off 2 or 3 steps from outside 50. Just comes inside the line and able to get it over the outstretched hands. And he's full of class, is Xavier.
Blood and guts and sweat tonight, literally, as Baker is replaced by Harvey.
There's Lenny Hayes, who is an absolute champion, and yet he hasn't had a touch in this all-important final term.
I think he had, what, 14 or 15 at half-time. He's only got 19 now. 5 points the difference. Who's going to be left standing at the end? Burgoyne goes for Motlop. He lost his footing, but he gained it at the crucial stage. Marty for 6 goals. Oh, he's nailed it, and maybe nailed the Saints. Rousing performance from Josh Marty. And this forward line, even without their captain being at his best, Warren Treadray, has looked very potent. Those middle-sized players, Marnie and Motlop and Burgoyne, have delivered in spades for Port Adelaide tonight.
Most goals scored in a match this season. We're up to 36. Stephen Baker preparing to come back on. Is it beyond St Kilda here? Ackland times it better this time. Del Santo, Harvey. Will take the free kick. Now McGualter. Can he find a way forward for St Kilda? Towards Schwartz at the back. Oh, almost. Milne takes it off hands. Montagna tackled well. Ball still free. Schwartz. They work it out. Pearce. Peter Burgoyne shrugs the ball clear. Wakeland upended. Pearce. And now Loney. So Port Adelaide. Massive chance here. 2 bounces. Drives it along to the goal square. Treadray not quite. Marnie trying to get the handball through the congestion to Jew, but Voss did well. Found Graham. And now back to Fisher. So the Saints repel the Port Adelaide attack.
Montagna's loose on the wing. Have a look at this.
He's got 50 metres of space and he's away.
It's the next option. It's the crucial one. He brings it in for McGualter. Can he hit a target? Revolt's got space in front of him. And he's got it. So now it's all about kicking straight for Nick.
Started the season off kicking inaccurately. Straightened up a bit. And let's see how he goes in this one. Nice hooked kick to the corridor by Montagna to set McQualter up.
Nick Revolt, 3 goals, 2 for the night. His first touch in 18 minutes, and he misses at the crucial moment. 10 points the difference. We're into the last 5 minutes. There's still time for the Saints, but they've got to be very good.
Burgoyne brothers have just dominated this last quarter. Peter in the midfield and Sean in this last line of defence.
So it's this man, outstanding tonight, Chad Corns, coming in for his 30th disposal. Just slowing things down momentarily. Kick long to the wing, Wakeland in the pack, and he's earned a free kick. Now to watch it again, and there's the right arm of Stephen Baker across the shoulder. So Wakeland kicks back. And the mark taken by Lade. So just trying to maintain possession here, Port Adelaide.
Got to go man apiece, St Kilda. They can't have extra numbers back and let Port Adelaide just fiddle around with the footy as they're doing at the moment.
Sean Burgoyne to Symes. They're 1 short back there, St Kilda. Now they man up. They've got 1 each. But Pettigrew gets off his man Schwartz and marks at half back. Now Symes is running out wide and will receive the next one. No, can go ahead with it. Pettigrew instead chooses to kick the Treadray.
And Hudson just dropped off. He didn't expect that the ball would be passed.
Well done by Graham. Revolt back to Graham. Can he keep it in? He can. Here's a chance for St Kilda. Milne tracking towards the line. Can he control it? He can. Kicks at a vacant goal square. And kicks it out on the full. That would have required something special.
Yeah, that was pretty disappointing effort.
Not that time.
Well, they now know what they've got to do, St Kilda.
They've had time to organise themselves to go one-on-one all over the ground. And they've still got a man spare, Port, and they're going to use him here. It's Montagna's opponent. Montagna dropped off. They've got very little this last quarter, the Saints, from their gun midfielders. Del Santo, Hayes and Luke Ball just haven't given them enough in this crunch last quarter.
Only 5 possessions between the 3 of them. Corns almost on the wing. Saints need a spark. They need someone to stand up out there. There's a free kick and it's a St Kilda ball. So there's still time for them. 10 points the difference. Let's have a look at it. Oh, surely not.
Hey, what are you talking about? He jumped right in the middle of his back. Of course it was there.
Righto, I'll have another look at it later. Baker goes long to full forward. Milne waits down. He was in position A, but...
Well, Schwartz didn't give a strong enough contest.
And so Burgoyne takes a fantastic grab. And look, Corns has got away here from the pursuing Hayes, who's his man. The rest of them are pretty much manned up. So well done by St Kilda. Can they get the turnover to work for them? Good heavy work off the ball. Allows Del Santo and Graham and now Hayes to collaborate. They just can't find a target. And Port are going to hold things up for as long as they can. Salopek's dropped off the back of the pack here.
Can you take your kick? Trying to run out, get out!
And the Port Adelaide runner, the little fellow with the bald nut, he's telling them just keep control of the ball.
Salopek's got it. Chips it short dangerously, but Wakeland takes the mark, despite the pressure from Baker. So need to get a player each here and stop them from presenting. Loney jarred free.
Brett Voss dropped off his opponent.
They're just huddling in the middle, so it's like a kick-in.
Have a look at the super run of Chad Corns. He has just covered enormous ground.
Lead by 10 points, so just trying to maintain possession. Kick towards, gee, that's a great mark. Cassisi appealing for the free kick, not happening. So Nick Del Santo, they need to find a goal from somewhere, the Saints. Can they manufacture something here? Del Santo kicks it short. Harvey wants to play on. Handball off to Luke Ball. Can he kick a captain's goal from 40? He can! St Kilda still a chance. Margin back to 4 points. And the Port Adelaide players look dumbfounded. How did that happen? But they found a way through St Kilda, and there's still time.
And I reckon Robert Harvey was the happiest man at Amy Stadium to see a teammate coming through, because he didn't want to kick it. He's been chasing his opponent, Walsh, for the last 3 minutes. And he's just playing on pure heart.
That's how long the quarters have gone.
Mark Williams has sent extra players in defence for these last couple of minutes.
They've got to just about clear it and get it down and score, you would think, the Saints. Can they run it from half-back? Is there time for the Saints? No, there's not! A triumph for Mark Williams. They were the underdogs tonight. But they have prevailed, and that is eerily similar to 2 years ago. The stakes were higher then, it was a final. Disappointment for Harvey, but all joy for Warren Tredrea in Port Adelaide, who was won by 4.
Port Adelaide aggression.